guys, welcome to Black Apron Diaries. So today I made a Kale Crunch Salad, and I've been watching this girl and also this guy on Instagram, and they talked about the salad. I kept running across it, and so I decided to make it. It's nothing but kale, which I massaged, and I used this salad blender thing, and where I mixed and I massaged it with the olive oil, I should say. And then I added, I sliced up the cabbage and added it in there. I also made a dressing with maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, olive oil. I used Trilogy health seeds, flax, chia, and hemp. I also use mustard, and it called for Dijon mustard, but I didn't use Dijon mustard because I didn't have it. And then I used some pumpkin seeds. So right now, I'm going to cut up a pear and an apple, because this is a huge salad, and I am going to eat this all week. And then, so the other thing I'm going to do later on this week, I'm going to throw in some roasted sweet potatoes. And I have some vegan feta that I'm going to put over top of it. So that is going to be my meal all week. So I'm meal prepping. I guess that's what you call it. And so I got these sharp knives. I cut the you-know-what out of my hand the other day because, as you know, I'm learning to cook. But I cut my hand the other day really bad using that knife. But I needed it. So I bought a set of knives so I can actually cook. And cut up stuff when I need to cut up stuff, because before I didn't have it, which is one of the reasons why I didn't do a bunch of cooking, because I didn't even have knives. So anyway, I'm going to just cut up an apple. I'm just going to cut up one to see what it tastes like, and I'm going to cut up one pear to see what it tastes like. So if I like the taste of it, then I'm going to cut up the other one. So anyway, what have you guys been doing all day? My grand came over and hung out with me. He put together I sold my furniture. I just bought new furniture in October, and this apartment where I live is really small, and I really wanted a small place. First, I wanted a 2-bedroom, and then I said, nope, let me just do a 1-bedroom, because mainly that's what was available, and I like this building, so I just took the place, and I'm glad I did. I love this building. And so my grand came over here, and I bought 2 accent chairs and an end table, and he put it all together for me last night. And then after that, he went and made himself a pot of spaghetti. And mind you, my grand is 10 years old. 10 years old. And he's working like a grown man doing stuff like that. I videotaped him because I can't believe that this little kid does all this kind of work. I mean, he literally can put anything together. He put together all of my technology, like this video camera that I'm talking to you guys out of right now. He put that together. He did the speakers. So I don't have a TV in my bedroom. I have a projector, and then I bought some speakers to go with the projector, and he put the speakers together. He did all this stuff. This is my man. And he's really good. We had a lot of fun. We worked out today. He was bothering me like Tano, which means grandmother. He calls me Tano. He doesn't call me grandmother. He calls his other grandmother, or Nana, or whatever. He calls me Tano, which is close to my first name, Ty. So he's like, Tano, when are we gonna go work out? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like rushing me, like, well, come on, get out of the bed, let's go. So I threw on my clothes, and we worked out for 1 hour and 15 minutes. He did mainly weightlifting, because he runs track. And I did cardio, and I did weightlifting. So I did 30 minutes of cardio, and then I did 30 minutes of weightlifting, weight training rather. And so that was it. So, and then we finished, we came back here, and then his dad called me and said, I'm on my way to get him. I said, all right, we're here, we're ready. And so he went home, and I felt I wanted him to stay longer, but, he is my pleasure these days. It's my pleasure having a grandson. I can't believe it, but, I think it's pretty cool. Maybe I think it's cool because I'm old. And it feels about right. Like this is the right time to have a grandson. And but you know, we were talking about my mother today, and he refers to her as old grandma because he remembers her. He used to feed her, in fact, and he said, Tano, old grandmother is in a better place. She's not suffering anymore. And then, you know, my mind, I started thinking about, okay, who is putting these religious thoughts in his head? But, you know, he's not my kid, and I cannot say anything about anything. So, he's like, she's fine, she's in heaven, and, you know. So, and I guess it's okay for him to think that because, you know, he's a kid. He's a young kid. What else is he going to think? So, anyway, we talked about that today. And then he actually talked to one of my friends over in Saudi. And he was like, he said something to the effect. He was like, well, who is this? And I told him, and he said, I said, just tell him salam alaikum. He's like, salama what? Like that. I was like, assalamu alaikum. And then he said it. He said, assalamu alaikum, and then said the guy's name. And then after we hung up, he goes, Tano, what does salam alaikum mean? And so we had this conversation about, you know, Arabic and, you know, the language, all those kinds of things. So, but that was it. So anyway, my salad is done with the apples. But you know what I was thinking? I also bought some cranberries. I don't know where they are. Oh, here they are. Actually, I got a small bag of cranberries. So I'm going to use some of these cranberries to put in here too. I'm just throwing anything in. Because I love salad. That's the other thing. I'm like a salad junkie. Like, I love salads. It's almost done. So you guys, this is what my salad looks like so far. Bam! Does that look good or what? Doesn't that look great? I'm so proud of myself. Anyway, I am going to finish the salad, finish tossing it, and then I'm going to go and prepare my lecture for this week. I already wrote it out. I have to create my PowerPoint. So I was so weird. I thought I had class today, and I had a class. My lecture today was on communication, apprehension, and anxiety. But then I got an email from Morehouse saying, "Oh, happy something, Martin Luther King Day or something, and the college is closed." And I'm like, "What?" So I didn't have to teach today. I teach online there, and so I'm not doing the next lecture. I'm not going to do communication, apprehension, and anxiety on Wednesday. Instead, I'm going to just follow the syllabus out, and I'm going to do the communication, apprehension, and anxiety lecture later. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to do audience analysis. So that's the PowerPoint that I have to prepare because I already wrote out the lecture and everything. And so for hard copy for my notes. And then I'm going to deliver the lecture on Wednesday on audience analysis. Anyway, that is all I have to say right now. Again, I'm going to show you one more time what my salad looks like. Look at that. Look at that. That looks amazing. So anyway, I'm going to taste it again with the apples and stuff in it. Guys, this is it's so good. I'm extra happy. Oh my God, I got the refrigerator open. Anyway, I'm going to sign off because I need to get this lecture done. The name of this salad, again, is called Kale Crunch Salad. It is excellent. All you have to do is mix kale with lettuce, make the sauce, which is maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, olive oil, and mustard. I added cranberries. I also added pumpkin seeds, and I added apples slices and pear slices, and it's really good. Later on this week, I'm going to make some, piece of salmon, and I'm also gonna roast some sweet potatoes. Maybe tomorrow when I come home from work, I'll roast some sweet potatoes and I'll dice it up and I'll put that in there. And if I do that, I'll take some pictures and post it on this page, Black Apron Diaries. So Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys later. And I got this great recipe I'm gonna make. It's called plantain lasagna. I'm using plantain instead of like noodles. So I'm also gonna make this Arab grape dish with Arab cheese and grapes. Anyway, I don't even know what the name of it is, but I'm gonna make it this week. So I will see you guys later on this week. You guys take care, have a great night, and thank you for being with me on this channel. Bye.